In the midst of a very difficult schedule, to get a win and snap a small losing streak or a 5-game set or whatever you want to say. We beat a very, very good team, very talented, very experienced, playoff experience, and well coached. So I'm proud of our guys for coming out and playing as hard as they did, but we were a hard playing team, and that's what our reputation is going around the league as. I thought in the first half we played maybe as fast as we've played since at Miami, and we'd like to play that fast, but we got tired. I think they got a little tired. Both teams settled for jumpers at points in the third quarter, and we over dribbled a little bit, kind of lost the rhythm of the game. But we kept at it, kept battling. It was about turnovers and offensive rebounds allowed. Tonight we did a nice job of that. We had 5 turnovers in the second half. Took care of the ball, and Buddy gets a couple of shots, but everybody who played, I thought, had an impact on the game at some point. Frank came in, got to the rim a couple times, played D, and started their offense at half court. So I also shared that we shouldn't have to take a loss to learn things in close games and situations, right? So that's the teaching point with a young team. I love our team. We get along great. We've got their attention. They're playing hard. They like each other. And so this was very gratifying win.
De'Aaron, to not score the way he did, but still be able to still be effective, move the ball, and even some of the defense, even in that type of game. What did you like about what he was able to accomplish?
Well, he's a gamer. He loves the big moments. He did a great job. He steps up. He probably should have pulled the ball out, right? So he's ticked about that. He's upset, and it carries over into a technical, and this and that. And he steps up and knocks 2 free throws in to make it a 4-point win. So that's big. When I got a night there, I thought we missed a lot of free throws to begin with. But I'm really, really proud of these guys. I thought in situations where there's drama, your veterans are the guys you hold on to. And Iman Shumpert came out and set down a tone that was very physical and aggressive and knocking in some shots. And he was very good on Paul George, just made him work for stuff, and that was super.
With all the exterior noise, how good does it feel for you to get this win?
It's good to, in this stretch, to especially to get it at home. We really care about our fans. We've got great fans. I love it here. I love, listening to the ovation tonight. That was really cool. And to get the win over a very, very good team tonight is really gratifying.
You kind of spoke on it already about what you felt about the ovation you received at the beginning of the game, and secondly, following up on the veterans. Just when you have some veterans like Iman around, what does it mean to have a guy like that when young guys are reading things and hearing things and have somebody to kind of settle them down?
Yeah, it's good. Those guys are, with the experience that they've been through, they've seen things, and they can call BS like, this is what's going on here. But when you talk about 19 and 20-year-old guys, you're talking about still an AAU mindset, and so to have a veteran voice in there is terrific. And yeah, I appreciated the pregame.
Dave, how about the way Marvin played in that second half after kind of struggling a little bit in the first half?
Yeah, it was good. He's every night is something different and a new adventure for him, and he learns something new. And he's a sponge, so what he's really able to do is apply it later in the same games a lot of times. So he's fun to pull over to the side and go, because he was being played by a smaller guy tonight. And so then, maybe we don't want him in as many pick and rolls. Where can we get him where they can't help? Maybe it's, we like to certainly put it to him in the post, but can we get him facing up in front of the basket at the elbows? And he's learned it. He put his shoulder into Jeremy Grant is a very good defender. And so he, the second half, and then he has an impact on the game. He had 3 offensive rebounds, I think, in the first half, and he just around the basket and making some plays and getting rebounds on free throws. I mean, last game we played them, they had 3 offensive rebounds on free throws. He skies up there in a critical point of the game and gets it. Yeah, no, I certainly do. I mean, we've got a lot of bigs, and so it's difficult to play them all. And by the way, nobody beat Zach Randolph out this year, right? So I sat down with Zach and said, hey, I need you to be a pro. You're a stud. We go way back. It's just when you have a big trade like we had, your roster isn't going to just filter out to having perfectly 3 2s and 3 3s and 3 4s and 3. It just takes time, and then through the course of time, it's going to work itself out. I really believe that.
And then as a follow-up, I'm curious, you have a D-League background. Obviously, that's like the ultimate in terms of serving many masters. And what's like the best lesson that you learned from that time in terms of this kind of management and having a lot going on? And
I think it's always what's in the best interest of the organization, what's in the best interest of the player, and how can you communicate that best. And if we do that and we serve with a pure heart, everything else will fall in place.
Thanks, folks.
10 or 11, and you got to be able to, the rebounding part. Because I felt like we had some good defensive possessions, and they kind of hurt us with grabbing some extra rebounds that led to some baskets.
You mentioned kind of a lack of force and aggressiveness on the defensive end. Was there some of that as well on offense, just with the types of shots you were getting in that first half? Seemed like some no pass threes and those types of things.
Yeah, I mean that did happen. I think what ends up happening a lot of times is when you have a team jump out like they did on us, the immediate response is to try to go back and get it back. And sometimes in those situations you got to hit singles to try to slowly work your way back in. And there were some times that we did do that, but I think the force that they were trying to play with to get back in the game probably led to some of that.
Coach, Dave Jacob, can you comment on Dave Jacob and what he's doing with his team? He's been knocked for a few days.
Talented team. I mean, they got a really, really high-level talent. I mean, Fox is a really great player. I mean, Quilly Stein's been in the league for a while. Bagwell's going to be a terrific player. Bogdanovich I've always liked a lot. Buddy Hield is a high draft pick. And I think that they're young, and I think Dave's done an amazing job just bringing them all together. And the biggest thing I think that he's done is just created what it looks like to be a really together team. And you can throw a collection of talent together, but if it's not a team, it's really hard to be successful. And I think that they've done a great job of building maybe that culture you're talking about because they play the game together. And certainly I think Dave's probably got a lot to do with that.
Bill, you planning to get forward? Emotional, a lot of other things. How are you and your family doing?
Great. Thank you.
You just coming back tonight, how did you feel about the way that you eventually were able to kind of get yourself into a flow and a rhythm?
All right. Not great, but it is what it is.
Ross, what is the hardest part about coming back?
Just gotta get back in the rhythm, shape, everything. It's just gotta figure it out.
You seem to turn it up a notch in the fourth quarter. What sparked that?
We're losing. Just trying to figure out a way to get my team back in the game.
Russ, obviously you want to be here. Is it hard? Is there any part of you it's hard to pull yourself away from home?
Yeah, but I got a job. Man. My kids are fine, healthy. I'm blessed. I'm thankful, so I'm good.
Dennis talked to us earlier, said he took this one because he didn't shoot the ball well. How much does that say just for a teammate to kind of step up when you guys struggle like this?
Yeah, I mean, it's not his fault. He's going to have nice miss shots, but we do a better job defensively for 48 minutes.
Did you notice any things? I mean, this team's identity is predicated on defense. Did you notice some things where you all could take it up to another level next game?
There's a lot. Just where we started, and then we got ourselves back in the game. Just too many open shots for them.
You've been off for 6 games. How do you feel right now? You pop right back into place.
I'm all right.
Russ, while you've been just kind of watching, what have you seen from Hami and the way he's developed?
Just being aggressive. He's aggressive. He's good for our team. And, tonight you've seen it. He gets out in transition. He's able to make an impact on the game.
What are your thoughts of Aaron Fox stuff this last season?
I haven't been watching, honestly, sir. So I'm not sure, but I'm sure he's playing better than last year.
Anybody else? Thanks, Russell.
Congratulations.
He's got star talent. He's got star potential. We see it on a day-to-day basis, just in practice. I mean, the kid plays like he's been, playing ball in this league for, years. You forget that he is a rookie, so he's good. He's just got a good understanding and a good feel for the game.
Well, obviously the best situation for you guys is you have Russell. This could be your backup point guard. He can play some with you guys together. But is there some adjustment period when you've played one way for a while, 6 games, and then somebody comes back and you got to alter that stuff a little?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's more so than anything we missed in being out there on the court. That's it. It's no adjustment. We know how to play. We got a style of basketball that we play at. We've been playing up tempo, playing fast basketball regardless. So that had no effect on me.
Can you talk about the
Last one for the ball.
You've seen from D-Box? Can you just talk about what you've seen from him?
I mean, I haven't been watching the Kings at all, but I just know statistically he is shooting the ball a lot better. He looks more confident behind the three-point line and just in the mid-range. He's always been a guy that can make plays and get to the rim, but I think now he's more confident shooting behind that three-point line.
What did you see from him just